The Jungle Book Episode 2. The first lessons of the jungle. The jungle woke slowly under the soft morning sun. Light passed gently through the tall trees, touching the leaves with gold. Birds called to one another from branch to branch, and the river whispered as it flowed around smooth stones. It was a new day in the jungle, and for Mowgli, it was the first true day of learning what it meant to live in the wild. Mowgli opened his eyes inside the wolf den and listened. He heard breathing all around him, calm and steady. Mother Wolf Raksha lay beside him, her warm body protecting him from the cool air. The wolf cubs slept close, their small paws twitching as they dreamed. Mowgli felt safe. He always felt safe here. This place, deep in the jungle, was his home. Raksha lifted her head and looked down at the boy. She gently licked his hair, and Mowgli smiled. He did not remember another life. He did not remember fire, houses, or human voices. The jungle was the only world he knew. Outside, Father Wolf Rama stood at the entrance of the den, watching the forest carefully. The jungle was calm, but Rama knew calm could change quickly. Danger often came quietly, without warning. He listened to every sound, every movement of the leaves. When the sun rose higher, the wolf cubs woke and rushed outside to play. Mowgli followed them, crawling and running on his hands and feet. He laughed as they chased one another through the grass. He was not as fast as the wolves, but he was determined. Each day he tried harder. Each day he grew stronger. Raksha watched proudly, but her heart was heavy. She knew Mowgli could not remain a playful cub forever. The jungle had rules, and the boy would need to learn them to survive. As if called by her thoughts, a dark shape moved silently through the trees. Bagheera the Black Panther stepped into the light. His coat shone like polished stone, and his eyes were calm and sharp. "It is time," Bagheera said. Raksha nodded. "Teach him well," she replied softly. Bagheera called Mowgli with a flick of his tail. The boy ran to him without fear. Bagheera turned and began to walk, moving smoothly through the forest. Mowgli followed, stepping carefully, watching closely. They traveled through tall grass, thick vines, and narrow paths. Bagheera moved without sound. Mowgli tried to do the same, but sticks cracked beneath his feet, and leaves rustled loudly. Each sound made Bagheera stop. In the jungle, Bagheera said calmly, sound tells others where you are. Sound can save you or it can kill you. Mowgli nodded seriously and tried again. Step by step, he learned to place his feet gently, to listen before moving, to feel the ground beneath him. Soon they reached a wide clearing near the river. There, lying comfortably in the sun, was Baloo the bear. He smiled when he saw Mowgli. "Ah, little brother," Baloo said warmly. "Another day, another lesson." Baloo sat up and patted his belly. "Today we begin with the law of the jungle," he said. Mowgli sat between Bagheera and Baloo, listening closely. "The jungle is not evil," Baloo explained, "but it is not kind either. The jungle is fair. Every creature has a place, and every creature must follow the law." He spoke slowly, using simple words. He taught Mowgli when to hunt and when not to. He taught him respect for older animals and caution with strangers. He taught him that strength was not only in muscles, but in patience and wisdom. Mowgli repeated the rules quietly, trying to remember them all. Suddenly, loud laughter filled the air. Monkeys jumped from tree to tree, shouting and throwing fruit. They pointed at Mowgli and laughed. "A man cub," they cried. "A man cub who thinks he is a wolf." Mowgli looked at them with curiosity. They seemed fun and fearless. Bagheera's voice grew sharp. "Do not listen to them," he warned. "They follow no law. They promise much, but protect nothing." But before Mowgli could answer, the monkeys rushed down and lifted him into the trees. Mowgli shouted in surprise as the ground disappeared beneath him. Branches passed quickly as they leaped higher and higher. Bagheera roared and chased after them. Baloo followed, his heavy steps shaking the earth. The monkeys carried Mowgli deep into the jungle, 2 old stone ruins covered in vines. There, their leader welcomed him with false smiles and sweet words. He promised power, fun, and freedom. But Mowgli felt fear. He missed the wolves. He missed Raksha. He understood now that freedom without law was danger. When Bagheera and Baloo arrived, the ruins echoed with growls and roars. The monkeys fled in fear. Bagheera grabbed Mowgli and pulled him close. Baloo stood strong beside them, his eyes fierce. They returned to the river as the sun began to fall. The jungle grew quiet again. "I am sorry," Mowgli said softly. "I did not listen." Bagheera placed a paw on his shoulder. "You listened in the end," he said. "That is how learning begins." That night, Mowgli slept beside the wolves, safe and warm. Above him, the stars shone brightly. Far away, hidden in the shadows, Shere Khan watched. His eye burned with hatred. "The boy grows," the tiger growled, "but the jungle will decide his fate." The wind moved through the trees, carrying the promise of danger, adventure, and destiny. And so Mowgli's journey continued. End of episode 2.